Today we're going to take a look at Rekord Buddy 2, see what it can do, see it in action, and see if it actually works.
Attention to any DJs listening. Here we go. Sit your ass down and take notes. Cause the man is on the turntables. DJ Roubo.
Welcome back. In this video we're going to take a look at Rekord Buddy 2, the latest version of Rekord Buddy. We actually have Traktor, Serato, and Rekordbox all open, and you can't have them open and have Rekord Buddy open at the same time. So what exactly am I trying to do? You'll notice that I've created some playlists. You'll see this old school playlist folder. There's an acapella group, there's instrumentals, and an old school volume 1 with 115 songs in it. And I've gone through all of these and I've put in cue points and I've adjusted the beat grids and the BPMs and tempos. And so essentially what I'd like to do, and one of the things that Rekord Buddy does, is copies all of this information over into Serato DJ and Rekordbox. So that is ultimately the plan. So I do want to show you, close this out, that if we go into Serato DJ, if you look under old school, you don't see a folder for that. So ultimately we want to see that folder with those 3 playlists in them, and then we want to see that that the cue points got transferred over. And the same thing for Rekordbox. Rekordbox works a little bit differently. So I have opened up Rekord Buddy 2, and I've started with a clean interface. The first thing that we need to do is go to the preferences. Now, I do everything in Traktor, so I want to make sure that protect this database is selected. I am not going to use Traktor key. I want it to keep the Camelot one, so I think we're good there. Set custom library location. It already found it. So latest Traktor version is installed is 2.11, so we're already good there. Serato, we don't need to protect the database, so that's not going to be the primary. Duplicate hot queues as memory queues, I do that. And the same thing here. Now ignore grid markers for tracks with more than 4,096 grid markers. I'm assuming that this would be for a track that is wildly, or has BPM or tempo that varies widely. So, I usually leave this on by default. I will say that if we were going to use Rekordbox and sync from the Rekordbox interface or the Rekordbox database, we would have to go into Rekordbox and export out the current collection and do it that way. I've done that a couple of times as part of the test, and so I know that works. But in this case, I want to make sure that we're syncing from Traktor, so we're going to leave that. That should be good. And then at this point, it should just be a matter of coming here and initialize Rekord Buddy using collection from Traktor. I'm going to say OK. We've come back and the sync has taken place. Now, it's not uncommon to see quite a bit of warnings. You can see I have quite a bit. And the first couple of times I ran it, I was like, oh, this is not good. But this is pretty standard stuff. I'm not really going to spend any time on it. I'm just simply going to save the changes. So it looks like it's finished. You will, if you look under more information, there are typically errors. In all the times that I have done this, they haven't really been significant, so I typically let them go. Yay! So it looks like all of the playlists that came over from Traktor, which is fantastic. And when we pull up Serato, hopefully we'll see this playlist or these playlists and all the cue points. Now, there's one other thing that, well, there's a couple of things that I think Rekord Buddy is really good at. Oh, there we go. So I want to add a new smart playlist. So we're going to go here, and then we can create some conditions to create a smart playlist. So one of the things I've been doing is going and saying, okay, I want all songs with a BPM that are greater than or equal to, let's say, 120. Hit the plus, go back down to BPM, and is less than or equal to, and then 129. And then we're going to add, whoops, let's see, I'm going to take that off. And then underneath that, I want it to have a rating that is greater than 3. So in this case, that means any song that has a 4 or a 5 in my catalog, and that has a BPM of 120 to 129, will show up. So I'm going to say OK. Then if I scroll down, hey, there we can see all the listing of these songs. So that's pretty impressive. You can rename it. Just click on it. And so that's a smart list. And then every time we update Rekord Buddy, it should all the new songs that have been rated a 4 or 5 that are in this BPM range will show up. And just so that we can, now you can create a regular playlist, you can create a new folder, and just so that we can see some of the different kinds of things that we create a smart list of. I don't typically use genre, but you might even say, hey, I want all my 5-star, house. It could be the key. Let's do that, actually. I'm going to cancel that. So I'm going to, if I look at what's in the 90s, and I scroll down, so you can see I have 4,100 songs in 90s. So this could be kind of a pain in the butt. So what if we want to make this a little bit easier to filter this down? One thing that we could do is we could say, first of all, I want to clone the 90s because I don't want to mess up this playlist by itself. Oh, there it shows up there. And I'm going to say 90s by key. And then I'm going to say sort by the key. So now everything that's under the 90s that's a 1A shows up here. And then the other beauty of this is I can then sort this by BPM. If you go into Traktor or Serato, one of the things that's a little bit of a pain in the ass is that you can't do a multiple sort. So you can either sort on the key, or you can sort on the BPM, or you can sort on the genre. This system in Rekord Buddy gives you the ability to do multiple sorts. So now I can say, okay, I want 90, so that's fine. I want to do it by key, which I've done, and then I can do it by BPM. I could do one more if I really wanted to. I'm not going to. But I could say I want to also sort by genre. So then everything under 1A, yeah, let's do it. So now you can see not only is it sorted by the key, but it's also now sorted by the genre. So it's really, this is really, really, really powerful stuff. You can also add tags. I don't tag stuff. I think it's something I need to spend more time doing. Actually, if I come down here, let's go to this one. I could put in here old school, classic, okay, and then you could see this off. So you could also create more categories to sort on by using tags. I'm going to do this for all of them. So I think this is a good thing. And in here, I'm going to put old school. And then I'm going to put classic. And say OK. Didn't show up. Wonder if you can only do it one at a time. I guess I'm going to have to look at that in a little bit more detail. Just try this one more time. Oh, I did just only the last one. Well, this is something I'm going to ask Damien about, because it'd be nice to be able to collect a whole bunch. I could take all of these, say, a cappella hip hop or something. And then you can see, based on these tags, I said, hey, everything I've listed as classic shows up. So this is a way to get more granularity into your songs versus the standard creating playlists and things like, genre or keys or artists. You can, it gives you the ability to find stuff easier by creating your own tags. So this software is really, really powerful stuff. So we're going to close out of this. I'm going to quit. Then I'm going to open up. Hey, look at that. So here's that folder that I created in Traktor. Here's my primary playlist, this Old School Volume 1. If I load it up, you can see that all of my cue points are there. Let's take another one. There you go. There's my cue points. I want to find something that has loops in it. Yep, and here are loops. So hopefully by looking and seeing this, you can understand that, see how powerful that this is. That you only have to set your cue points in one program and then have it sync across the other two. Look at that, that worked too. And then you can see the cue points here. Now I would have to copy this into the actual collection so that they could all get analyzed. But so again, I mean, really powerful stuff. Damien did a fantastic job in creating this application. This is such a huge time saver, and it's something that he continues to work on and to make better. The original Rekord Buddy was a fantastic product that would just sync. I would sync between Traktor and Rekordbox. And now that he's added in Serato, it's even that much more impressive. So with that, we'll call this video to an end. It's already been long enough. If you like this video and you gained anything from it, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or suggestions for what else you'd like me to do, please put in a comment. And of course, subscribe. Lots more good stuff is coming up. Cheers, and have a great day.